Hello. I'm in mourning because our train is over. I'm just waiting for the tail of the caboose of our train to come in. So, hello, Kiki BBA. Oh, I don't know where my train is. Here we go. Woo! Hi, Envy. 5 minutes is tough, isn't it? 5 minutes is tough. It is hard. But the whole idea of this one, that's why I said one piece. But people are like, oh no, I can't just run one piece for a minute. Like, I'm like, you kind of just do need to run one piece because, yeah, yeah, for this, yeah. I said if you can run a couple more pieces, but when you do that, it derails. Like we had a couple of people derail it, and that caused a problem. So yeah, I should have stuck to my guns and said no more than two. Maybe I should have limited and say no more than two, but that's okay. We learned. We live and we learn. And this is a rarity. I don't see us doing very many to any of these ever again unless we're doing an introduction train. This was literally supposed to be just come in, introduce yourself, show what represents your shop, and then move on. So this one wasn't really so much about sales as much as it was about community. Community. So let me send this. Oh, thank you. I know. Yeah, that's okay. Um, we have 2 trains coming up soon. We have the, functional art. You should do that. Yeah, I'm mourning the end of the train now. So, I was hard to come up with, that many hats tonight, that many headbands. We can definitely put you in on Caden's train is completely packed. But, the functional train isn't. The five pieces of functional art is not full yet. So, I mean, it is full, but we can create other places on that one because it's only I have control of that one. So, and Caden has control of his, and I agree with him in living it. We're already back up to like, love you too, kiddo. I do have a little bit of a headache, so it's going to be a shorter train. So, welcome in, welcome in. We are at the end of our Cinco de Mayo train. We are oh, I should definitely do this though, right? And the second I do this, they're gonna come in. You gotta have your dark red lipstick for Cinco de Mayo. It's necessary. It's necessary. And also, if I don't have lip gloss on, people will call me out on it. Listen, I can have a completely naked face, hair not done, completely a mess, but if I don't have a lip gloss on, something's wrong. They know something's wrong. They call in the troops. Oh, I know, babe. Let me bring up the this too. Oh, gonna get into the Discord. Hello, hello, welcome in. We're waiting for the last of our train to come in. You are catching the caboose of the Keeping It 100. Our Discord hit 100 members in Resin Art. We're actually at 115 tonight. Super excited about all of that. Uniquely me. Just waiting for the train to end. Oh, there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome back. Welcome to the caboose. Dun 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 dun. I'm mourning the end of our train, guys. I'm mourning the end of Dia de los Muertos. Oh, it's not Dia de los Muertos. We're mourning the end of Cinco de Mayo. Choo choo, guys! What a great job you did tonight. And can I get a pat on the back for coming up with that many headbands based around Cinco de Mayo? Come on, come on. That was tough tonight. It was tough. This is one of my favorites, my oldies but goodies. So first of all, I want to say a giant thank you very, very much to all of the amazing artists, pat, 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 that rode the train tonight. So impressed with all of you. I love the amount of just the amount of knowledge that you see. Um, I love exploring the different levels that everybody's at in their resin art. It gives us that basis also to know, like, hey, this one's a newer artist. Let's go in and let's follow them. Because guys, we do a lot more than just trains. We are a community that is just chocked full of amazing things. And if you haven't had the chance to get in there and explore the Discord yet, I highly recommend you do that. So that's one of the things that we're going to talk about here in the closing. But first of all, I want to highlight all of our wonderful artists tonight. First of all, right off the bat, Height Normal Designs. Always good. Different hat every time. Bet we missed you tonight. We missed you, but we understand you're busy. Yes, community, not competition. Height Normal Designs is back. It was so good to see her. Guys, she does the most amazing art, and every one of her pieces are 100% unique. You will never see another one again unless it's digital art, which she very rarely to never does. So if you get a chance to follow Height Normal Designs again, please go back and do so. Then we went into King Pinky, that awesome piece with all of the gems, glow in the dark. He went above and beyond on that. Super awesome. Then we have Little Donna. Little Donna showing so many of her turtles. She's always got a good little turtle to do. It's so cute. And then we had Kaylin. And Kaylin, it's so nice to finally get to meet you and see you face to face. So thank you for being in everybody's show. She's a very supportive new artist here on Whatnot. So yes, her giant frog was fantastic. So we thank you so much for being on the train tonight and it being your first time. Yay! You've got one behind you now. You're ready to go. Then we had Junk in 1985, who had amazing pieces as well. I know we weren't supposed to show other pieces, but darn, that candle was so darn cute. I loved it. You know what? This is a little bit of a different train because I did ask you to say what made your channel your channel. Not just necessarily resin. We all do different things. We all do different things. So I think we could be a little bit more lenient on that tonight. But I do want to make sure that we don't open the door for that for other trains. When our resin trains are our resin trains, that's what they are. But this one was a little bit of a different train. So I'm glad that we did that. You didn't show a candle? You didn't have that beautiful candle in the middle of your desk? I could have swore that was you. You had the jar. Okay, okay, sorry. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I love you had the bird. My mom needs that, but I saw it sold, so I don't get that one. So I must have to come back soon. I have not had a margarita yet, but you know what? There was a lot of artists for me to keep up with, and I apologize for that. I'm sorry, Junk. I do remember you. It was just so. It seems like it was like 500 hours ago, right? Bear with me. Bear with me. I did love both your jars. In fact, I have been on a couple of your shows, and I think your jars are your like they're like your niche. They're so beautiful, and I've slapped a no, no, it's not. Listen, I've slapped something on the top of a jar before, but I haven't gone in depth like you do, and it's beautiful. Art with Heart, welcome back in. Love to see you. Sadie's, my sweet little Sadie's, did her first Ray Train. I'm so excited about that. Super, super great show. I mean, that wolf. Do I even need to say more? Do I need to say more about that wolf other than ow? I do own one of her wolves. I'm very proud owner of it. You guys don't know, she's a super sweet seller. She takes the time to get to know the people in her chat and to talk to them. So if you get the opportunity to go back in, she goes live on Saturdays quite a bit. So do take the time to go in and meet her. She's also a very talented singer. I don't know if you guys knew that, but occasionally she could be on there singing. So you never know. Catch her shows, guys. But the wolf was actually fire. I love that you did three techniques in one piece. Um, oh, I love that. So, just stellar piece. She is organized for sure. Yeah. You don't want to look behind me, guys. There's a reason why it's up so close to my face. Remember how they say don't show your background unless it's stellar? Don't look at my background. Okay. Then we went into Riri's retail. Guys, Riri, I don't know if you're still here, but you should be resting. But how awesome for you to come live on your actual hospital bed. We wish you the fastest recovery. But guys, that is the true meaning of community when somebody just wants their 5 minutes to spend that time with us. Um, so I just really love that. And yeah, that just meant a lot to me that she took the time out of that. She could have said, hey, I'm in the emergency room, I'm on oxygen, I don't, I don't, either one, I don't feel like doing it, or two, I don't, um I don't want to be seen like this, or three, there's 100 excuses. I can think of 100 excuses. If I wound up in the emergency room, would I do it? I probably would. But I love that she did. I love that she did. And so, yes, please send well wishes to Riri. And she's having a tough time too because she developed a severe allergic reaction to resin, guys. So if you ever want to know the true dangers of resin, that's not why she was in the ER this time, but it has put her in the ER before. If you want to know the true dangers of not wearing your mask and not wearing your safety, go and talk to Riri's. She would love to have that discussion with you. But I appreciate so much that she came on live and that she said what she said, because that's what we want to create. We want to create the type of community that people want to be here, right? So awesome, and kudos to you guys. Go give her love for the rest of the week. I love you too, BBA. I love you too, Kiki BBA. All right. Then we had she rated into Crafty, and Crafty's, yeah, please wear those gloves, green gloves. When you're in the show and you get a green glove, that's what we're asking you to do. Put on your gloves. Please be safe. Raise your hand if you've had an allergic reaction to resin in the past. If you've had some sort of reaction to resin, and raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay, so yeah, UV and I don't get along very well. I definitely am careful with it. But polymer clay, you never know. You never know. So wear your gloves, guys. And that's what we're doing. If you get a green glove in the chat, we're like, you're creating a mind without gloves. Okay. Crafty Bliss. Murder. That poor little piggy got murderized. I love her new line. I love that she's enjoying it. So, guys, here's the thing: when you go into Crafty Bliss's show and she's doing her murder shows and she's creating them, you can hear the joy and laughter in her voice. She is having so much fun. They are creative and they are inventive. And I hope that you get the chance to go in and watch her create one, and then give the backstory, because you can sit in there and she'll say, okay, what do you think this one's story is, and add to the story and create this monstrous piece. So they're great. They're great. Crafty, I love it. And then she rated into Brian Weasley. I swear, Brian, we were all screaming at you to run the skull, but I think you ran it and we missed it. So it must have ran really quickly. People were saying that it did run, but I think secretly he doesn't want to sell it. He really does love that piece. Every time it's here and on the shelf, he's like, I really do like that one. I really do love that one. His was the baby doll face in the skull with all the dead bodies. We had two murder shows in a row. Two murder shows in a row. Yeah, it was crazy. The surface, what's the surface look like on that? It was just a skull. Okay. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, well, somebody, I don't think I have any mods in. If you want to boot them, you can boot them. Okay. So then we had, so Brian, good job. Brian, this is only like Brian's third show. So he is doing really well. Congratulations on a good show and getting to keep your peace. Next up, we had Rated into Crafty 2.0. And that's our littlest, newest little creator. Hopefully she's in bed. Hopefully she's in bed right now. Rosie is actually, she said she's only been doing this a few weeks, but I remember that she did a dragon a while back and it was really good. So she's been doing it for a little while, but just getting serious about it now. And I hope it creates a lifetime of love in in her to just be creative. Whether she stays with Resin or not, I hope that it sparks that interest in her to have it as a hobby because art is therapy and I fully believe that. So kudos to her parents who have taken her on down the path of creativity because there's so few places now for kids to have that creative mindset. So I'm not itching right now, but my makeup got off and I don't like it. I fixed it now. It's good. I'm good. Yo, it's good. Okay, so Crafty 2.0, hated that she had computer problems. I know that is so nerve wracking, but then she came on and she was a cool little cucumber and everything was great. So good job on recovery on that for her. If you guys will tell her that, tell her I'm proud of her. And this was also her first raid train. So resonators, woot woot woot. We got a new one again. Love it. And then she rated in. She was supposed to rate into, and this was just a miscommunication all the way around. Times time preserved. Um, I just missed. I guess she said it in the opening chat. I missed it. That her name was time preserved. So if you guys are new to the Discord community, we have no way of knowing what your name is on Whatnot if it's different than what's on Discord. And we listen. We know it's okay to have a different name. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to do anything different. There are people who've been on Discord for so many other things for so long, we're not going to ask you to do that, but we do need to know what your Whatnot name is. So there is actually a tab under the on the Discord called Whatnot names. That's what it's for. If your name is different, please go in there and drop that so we can find you and follow you. So I appreciate that, and I hated that mix up. But we were a very versatile train tonight, thanks to people moving and ebbing and flowing. I appreciate you guys so much for that. We were able to get her back in later. Is there a way to change it just for a channel? I don't think you can. Um, I don't think so. Yes, we're excited. We're at 115 now. 115 already. There is a way. Okay, good to know. All right. And then we went into Enzy, and her trademark is going to be that beautiful smile. Absolutely loved it. The wands were amazing. Amazing. I can't wait to see more. Guys, this 5 minutes was really just meant to introduce yourself, show a showstopper, and move on. I know it was really hard to get just that 5 minutes in, but now here's the thing, you have gotten people lured in and now they're like, ooh, I have to go back to her show. Ooh, I have to go back to his show. I want to see what else he does. That's what we were creating tonight, that excitement around your channel or your shows. I always call it a channel, but what is it really? Your Whatnot. It's not really a channel, right? Stream? Okay. I for some reason have called it a channel, but we're trying to get people in your room, platform, all of the above. Now people are going to want to go back and catch you, right? So that's what it did for me and Inzy in your show. Very, very awesome. And then Simplify 1972. Your lair. You asked me if you could show something different, and I said no. And I'm sorry. I should have just said yes. My inclination, I could tell. I don't know if you could tell. I wanted you to show, but then I'm like, okay, it's hard because if we open the door, then we're gonna have we are specifically a resin channel, and we do have in other crafts. We all do other crafts, um, but we've discussed this several times. It's really important that we that when we're on our resin raid trains, that we do resin only. But I'm glad that you showed it. Other people were showing their stuff too, and it's different because I did say, tell us what your channel is. Tell us what makes you you. And I want to show you another one of his pieces, guys. This is being shipped out tonight. I love it. This is being shipped out tonight. This is a collaboration between myself and Simplify. This is another reason why I want you to other people, introduce you to other people, because collaborations are what it is about. Collaborations with other resin artists, you don't have to be in competition when you can create pieces like this. I don't have a laser engraver. I don't have any way to create the baseboard for this. And this is what he was able to do for me. And the client is super excited. This is a memorial piece. I love that we were able to put the baby's name on it, the baby's date on it. This is awesome. So think about that. Open your hearts and your minds to collaborations with other resin artists, because um, I mean, I don't I have another one coming up. I cannot wait for you guys to see. I've had an idea and I was just throwing things out at somebody and they were like, "I want to make you that." So, I can't wait. I can't tell you what it is because it's a baddie. It's a baddie item, and those don't come out from underneath the curtains until they're being run. So, collaboration. Think about all the people that you met tonight and how you can make a like I need some clay stuff. I know I got my clay artists out there. I'm going to need a few things from these baddie lines that I'm not going to be able to create. So I'm going to be coming after y'all and asking for collaborations. So here we go. Simplify, thank you always for being gracious. Simplify, if you guys don't know this, he is back behind the scenes, always making sure things are safe. He is always making. He is a Marine from start to finish. So he is always going to make sure that we are safe in our community. He's always watching for trolls. He will boot them in 2.5 seconds, and he's also one of our admins on the whatnot, because he is also very tech savvy, and I am not. So then we went in from Simplify, we went into Lions and Stars. I am so happy that Lions and Stars showed you molds, not because the Wolf Pack was impacted by that, but because I want you to know what a talented artist she is. Her molds are so beautiful, and that is a resin item. It is silicone, but we couldn't do what we do without resin molds. So I think that that is more than acceptable to show as a highlight for what your channel is. 100%. Plus, it was great to see some of her art that she's done in the past. She does have her own business where she does the molds now, and she does shows on Friday, guys. If you want unique molds that nobody else has seen on Whatnot, that's the place to go. So then she rated into her friend Groovy Acrylics. Love Groovy. She's so funny. I had so much fun in her show. Just so much fun. And I love the collaboration between her and her husband on the pieces. That makes me super happy. And then she rated into time preserved. And the reason we were able to do that is because Crafty Bliss very gracefully gave up her place. And I want to say thank you for that, because it helps so much to be able to text somebody behind the scenes and say, "Can you move to this time?" And that happens so easily. So thank you for that. You guys don't even know. This was a very stressful behind the scenes train. Very stressful. So thank you for everybody who shifted and moved on the blink of an eye. I appreciate it. Time preserved. I actually love this idea. I have actually put some of my grandmother's pieces in art, and it makes me happy. And it's a living legacy, and resin doesn't go away. So people can lose a watch. It gets stuffed in a drawer, or it gets stuffed in the jewelry box, and then it gets passed from one generation to the other, and you don't know or remember who the legacy is. But think about if it were on a yeah, think about if it were on your coffee table and it becomes a conversation piece for you to open that door to talk about your loved one again and say, "Well, that was my grandma's piece." And it's an everyday part of your life. I love that idea. I love that Time Preserved has made that her channel, because it's awesome. And then she rated back into Crafty, and Crafty did her memorial piece, not memorial piece, her honor piece for her beautiful husband, Simplify. I don't know if you guys caught that, but the story is actually about Chad. He is a Marine. He has served. He is a hero, not only in my eyes, but also in the government's eyes. And I can tell you, for his family's eyes as well. So I love these memorial pieces that she's doing. It is the 250th anniversary of our country, guys. We need to stand up and be proud for where we live and, you know, the people who serve us by putting their lives on the line every day, and have stood up for that flag and that banner. They are the reason we are still able to do what we do. There, if you're watching the news at all, you can see so many issues going on across the entire world where people do not have this freedom that we still to this day enjoy. Now, here's the thing: every Friday is a new vet. I love that. Here's the thing: it's hard to be patriotic in a world where the news is so negative, all around us. And I'm not going to talk politics, but what I'm going to ask you to do is just be the best American you can be right in front of you. This is what I say: to be a good patriot, love each other, take care of what you can take care of. If you're out in a park and you are walking and you see a piece of trash, pick it up and throw it in the garbage. I mean, carry gloves with you, but pick it up and throw it in the garbage. There's always something somewhere that can be done to help other people. Feed a veteran. Go feed the homeless, at the local shelter. Donate your clothes. Do what it takes to be a good American in the country and the town and the city and the community and the home that you live in. Raise your children right. Do all of the things. Love on them. That's the way we become the America that we should be. Don't let anybody else tell you differently. That's straight from Mother America here, okay? Be a good American and we will all be better off. Our forefathers meant for us to take care of each other. All right. So, Crafty, thank you for what your pieces bring out, the patriot in me. I appreciate that. And thank you, Chad, so much for your service. And Bent is in here. Bent, thank you so much for your service. Also, we love you. And raise your hand in the chat if you are also a veteran. We would like to, give you a moment as well. I think there's a female veteran. Tell him thank you for us. I want to say that one of our people are is a female veteran. Okay. Okay, so then she rated into Uniquely Me Resin. Who's Uniquely Me? I don't know who Uniquely is. Never heard of her. I think that this was her first show. Just kidding, guys. Uniquely Me Resin. You look so beautiful tonight. You just looked so beautiful. I loved it. I love that your kids always want to be part of your shows. I did step out to get because I knew you could handle your show. I did step out to get something to eat at about that time because I was starting to get a headache. So I know you had to show some sort of beautiful tray. Somebody hit me with what piece you loved of hers because I had to go potty. Okay, I did have to go potty and I chose to do it during your show because I knew you could handle things. Um, so guys, help me out. Help me out there. Oh, you showed your bears. I always love the bears. Always love the little bears. Nobody does the bears like you. Okay. Then let's see. We went into Crafty after that. Did we go back into you, Crafty? We did. And I was still eating dinner. I was still eating dinner. I love you. I knew you guys of all people. She showed off Chris Brown. Oh, good. Because it is Chris Brown Day, right? Okay. So yes, so I went to eat dinner. I brought it in here, but I had to make it and I had to potty. So that was my tiny little break because I knew y'all can handle it. Okay, so then she rated into Resin Mascara Mary, and I hated that we only gave her 10 minutes of time, but somewhere in that little time frame we went over, and I didn't catch it because I think I was out of the room when it happened, but who knows? But that's okay. Thank you so much, Resin Mascara Mary, one for volunteering to jump on and do a third show. Crafty as well. But also thank you for the flexibility. I know you love those long shows. I do too. And you certainly have enough talent to fill this entire train. But thank you for the grace of that. And first of all, making her own molds. I mean, that piece was stunning. You did the sun catchers. I was back. I was back by then. Okay. I was back by then. I ate during your show. So yeah, I saw the Pokemon one. The tiki piece. Yes, the tiki piece. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Amazing. But guys, you have got to go in and see her colors, her choices, her processes. She shares them openly. And not only that, but Mary's a baddie. Mary is a baddie. Okay. She is bad to the bone. She is amazing. So get to know her and go back in and see her shows soon. But for me tonight, it was definitely the tiki piece. I'm so glad that I am broke because I would have bought all of your stuff tonight and then I would have really been more broke. Okay. And then we went into WS Creax. Love, 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 love the pins. I love that you were so conscientious and you're like, the resin in this one is clear resin. Okay. She was like, I want to make sure you know that this is resin. I appreciate that so much. Create tricks. See, everybody tells me differently. I'm getting it straight from you now. Create tricks. Create tricks. Okay. I'm going to screw it up again. Will you give me that grace? I am so sorry. Terrible with names. I even call my mom babe half the time because I forget to say mom. So thank you. And I know and I said, "Oh, I'm going to get it this time." And I've already forgotten how to say Taka again. So yeah, I'm so I'm so bad with names. I shouldn't be doing this, guys. I shouldn't be running the trains. I'm bad with names. Okay. So I love the fountain pens. They're not called fountain pens. They're called, are they fountain pens? The ones you have to dip in the ink? They're amazing. Quill pens, quills. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I have another pen person I have to buy from. Because I do love pens. I do love pens so much. All right. Then she rated into the lovely Libby. Absolutely love Libby. Guys, I'm going to show you because I'm wrapping this piece up tonight. Look at this little orchid. This is another collaboration. I'm going to cover her up in case you guys have a problem with boobs. People who come into my show expect that there's going to be a half naked baddie, okay? But look at the orchid. Look at this baby orchid. She grew specifically for this piece. Um, just amazing, just amazing. I love it so much. So that is what we that is a collaboration. And it's perfect to be able to show and highlight other people's pieces because think about this, okay? If I have a good audience that come in to see stuff, or you have a good audience that come in to see stuff, and you're collaborating with somebody, you're going to be sharing their story and their art on your show. It only makes sense to collaborate. M7 Designs, I'm going to get something from you that I can put on one of my pieces. And I just hope someday that you'll be like, hey, can you make me this so I can collaborate on one of your pieces because your stuff is fire. Like, it's just the idea that I want you guys to have in your mind. If you can't do it or don't want to do it, reach out to a fellow resonator and say, hey, I want to collaborate with you on this. Collaboration is it's amazing. So I love Libby. Her pieces are always amazing. I'm super excited. Not only did she make that one, but she made a little one for me. And she says, I want to see what you want to do with it, but I just want to cuddle it and hold it and call it George and live with it forever. So I don't know if I'm ever going to make anything out of it because I love it just the way it is because it's perfect the way Libby made it. So then she went into Mirave. I always love me some Mirave, and I love that she wore a headband tonight. Mirave always makes amazing candles. They smell divine, guys. The rose mold that she showed tonight in Resin Creek is one of my favorites. Yes, she has George now. Brian has my George orchid. He better not. I will find him. So yeah, Midave is always amazing and delightful. And not only that, but she's always recreating herself. She is always, oh, don't forget Brian. Oh, Brian, look out. I have a George now. I love it. It works. It works. But you fit the theme, and I love that. Being on point with the theme, I think people appreciate that. When people look at your thumbnail, they're coming in to see the show. I think Kaden touched on this last night. Your thumbnail is important. If you are on a train and the train is about resin art and they come in the show and you're showing stickers and you start to run stickers, or you say, okay, there's no resin in this one, but I'm going to run it anyway because it's sitting on my desk. You're actually doing yourself a disservice and you could really make customers upset because they came in based off of what your thumbnail said you were doing. So when you're welcoming people in, you're welcoming them in with your thumbnail as well. So just be conscious of that when you're doing your thumbnails and creating your project. Um, be be mindful of that. So she's always on point. She's always on point with the topic of whatever it is, and I appreciate that. So you know, amazing pieces as always. I love that you went with the rose because that is so very Cinco de Mayo, and I just love your work. So I always look forward to a Mirave show. I anytime she's on, I try and catch her. You can, yeah, as you pivot. Um, okay, so then Midave went into Tiny. Tiny, we're so excited that you were on our train. I know you were nervous. You did absolutely wonderful. I was like, this girl's nervous? Could not tell. Not one bit. I know it's difficult to get that 5 minutes in, but I was thinking of you afterwards and I'm like, she's gonna have no problem filling 15 minutes on the next train. So I know you were nervous. I didn't see it. You said you were nervous before. I think once you got in, you realize one, you're among friends. Two, we all adore you. And three, we're all fans. We're going to come in, we're going to seek, and we're going to just shop and we're going to support. And I'm so excited you came on your first show. My favorite was the paw box. Love it. Love it. So many, that's functional, guys. So many things that you can do with art. And then she rated into me. We don't need to talk about me, but I rated into Euphoria Emporium. How amazing! You liked her fairy hangers. That was I did like that one, and she said it was her first piece and it was going to be discounted. No, no, it's good. You don't have to discount it because it's your first piece. You upsell it because it's an original. It's a classic. There you go. It's one of your first pieces. Remind me to tell her that next time I'm in her show. Okay, Euphoria Emporium. I love her. I love her so much. I appreciate so much. I bumped her way from the bottom up to the top, and I did not know it was going to be her rushing home to get straight into the feed. I appreciate her so much for that. If you're in here, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. She's always so kind and so giving of her time. And guys, she is new to the resin community. She is genuinely in clay, also a very talented clay artist. And so welcome her in when you see her. She doesn't get to do very many shows because of her job schedule right now. So if you do get the chance, go in and bookmark her calling show if you have one, or bookmark one of her pieces so that you can catch her when she does go live, because it's really hard to build a following when you have a job schedule like that. So that would really help her out a lot. But I don't remember who got it right now. But wow, the bust. I loved it. I love that she mixed her resin crete and her clay art. I thought it was beautiful. I've never seen that mold before. I saw it before it was finished. Now I've seen it finished. Awesome. So very, very glad. Set up a bookmark. It does help a lot. It does help a lot. Okay, and then she rated into brand new Fairycraft. Love that. I think was it Fairycraft that showed the candle? It had the time and all. Yeah, okay. All right. Your sets are somewhat similar. They're different but similar. You guys both have like that fun, funky vibe. So she was brand new. In fact, she jumped on the train today. And let me say thank you, first of all, so much to Resin Mascara Mary, who is out on the Whatnot streets pulling people in every day. She is bringing in a new artist every day. I think those last 15 has been because Mary has found them and said, you need to join. I'm sending you a link right now. It's been all hours of the day and night. She never sleeps. And she is pulling people in. And I really appreciate that. And she wrote me today and she's like, can Fairy jump on? And I'm like, let's do this. Let's do it. So welcome Fairy Night or Fairy Craft to the resin community. We're so happy that you're here. And we were very glad that you got to jump on today. That candle was amazing, by the way. I know she's awesome. You guys keep going. And then she rated into M7 Designs. What a vibe. He's always got such a mellow and cool, like, I'm here. This is my stuff. I'm so nonchalant, but I make some of the most amazing stuff that's on Whatnot right now. But I don't even know that. Does he not know how freaking cool he is? Does he not know? I mean, if he doesn't know, we're going to tell him over and over and over again because I loved everything that he showed. I have to go back and get a scorpion. I mean, I grew up with those guys as pets. You wonder why, but got stung by one or two. But they are so great. I love them. I love them. So not only is the resin art good, but then the wrapping around it is so professional. It's so well done. Great color choices. Um, and just such a cool guy. I think I put it in the chat. He does rapping classes where he's just rapping and talking, and you can ask him anything and he is just like an open book. He does not gatekeep, which I love that none of us gatekeep around here. So very, very proud to have M7 Designs on our raid train. This is the second time he's been on, and he is definitely a vibe for sure. Yeah, you're a vibe that we all like. And I don't know, did you get on the bling one? I don't know if the bling one would fit, but the functional art definitely is. Functional art, everything you have, you can wear. So we look forward to having you on raid trains in the future, my friend. If you didn't get on any of the rest of them, he's on the bling. Okay, good, 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 good. All right, that makes me happy. Okay, custom resin creator was next. Custom, always love the dragons. Always love the dragons, and also Kaden is a great vibe. Also, if you want to just hang out with a just a truly good human being, resin custom resin creator, it's hard not to say Caden. Custom resin creator is that room. um you know, even behind the scenes, if you need anything, you can ask him. If you need to be prayed for, you can ask him. If you just need somebody to talk to, you can reach out to him. He's very informative, he's very resourceful, and he's just a good kid. And I'm going to say kid because I'm way, way older than you. I'm probably older than your parents. So but I really appreciate who you are as a human, and I love your art. I love how much you've grown your dragons. Like, though you went from I'm creating this keychain to I'm building a freaking dragon. Oh, he went from like zero to hardest things in the world, like right off the bat. So yeah, see, I'm older than your parents. So yes, he is really coming along great, and I'm loving watching the journey. And I love that you have found a place also to be helpful to people. And then you rated into Handcrafted by Susan. Handcrafted is always going to have a smile on, no matter how she feels, no matter what's going on, no matter. And she is always going to bring the bling. She is always going to have that crack, not her crack, the crack that she likes, which is glitter. Guys, you have to watch how you say that to people who do not understand a Handcrafted by Susan show. The crack is where it's at. She is a trooper. She is and you know, it's really hard. It's not been but a week since her mom passed away, and she's on and she's doing the best she can to smile through things. And I didn't get to see if anybody bought from her show, but I appreciate everything that she makes always. I have to pop my ear, sorry. Okay. Handcrafted by Susan, then rated into the Dragon Queen. Uh, Leanne. Leanne is always amazing. She's one of the best artists. Like, I'm not saying we're having a competition or anything, but she's just a very, very multi talented artist. Very, very multi talented artist. What was the. This is true. Kaden and Marcia did what? They bought? Okay, good. Okay, good, good, good. I love that. So, Leanne Phoenix. We call her the Queen of Dragons because her dragons are second to none. She is also extremely helpful. She is not a gatekeeper. She will always show you what she's doing. In fact, you can create with her every Sunday night. She's very faithfully on Sunday night, and I think she does a lunch show on Fridays. She literally leaves her office, goes to her studio, does a lunch show, and she's creating something then as well. So she's always on raid trains here and there, so you can catch a Leanne Phoenix show pretty regularly, and you never know what she's going to be doing. She also does big, big pours, guys. She does table pours. She does, you just never know. You never know. So I hope that you guys remember who Leanne Phoenix is, and you will go back and pay. She also did the wands. She does the wand pencils. Who doesn't want to write with a wand? Like, I want to say, like, I'm writing and you're like, "Alagalala!" and all your bills are paid. Can we make that a thing? Can I sign my Can I sign all of my bills as paid with my wand? I'm trying it this week. I'm trying it this week, okay? It is my I have a wand, but hers is my first handmade wand, and I'm gonna go get one from Enchanted Hollow. I hated that her and Ray um, didn't make it in this trip, but they're also very talented artists. Hopefully, they'll be on some of our next raid trains. But yeah, Leanne Phoenix is she's amazing, amazing. So guys, please go get her. She's a vibe. And then it's all art, y'all. Her geodes, her geodes, bling tastic. They're so delicious. I just want to take a big bite out of them, but I know that that would not be healthy. They are just delicious. Thank you, It's All Art, for doing 2 shows for me and reaching out beforehand and saying, I know you're going crazy, but would you like me to take one of your spots? I really appreciate that. You don't know. It does help a lot when somebody reaches out to say, how crazy are you going? Because at that point, I was going pretty crazy. Um, do me a favor, guys, if you're on a train. Accidents do happen, things do happen. We know that. But just remember to be communicative, and try not to wait till the day of. Try not to wait till the day of to get all of your questions. Go in and do a. You're on standby, not officially on. Okay. Kaden, you can maybe verify that for him. Do your best to go in and do a practice run, a trial run, check to see who you're rating before and after. And this is a big reason why we want you guys to show up for the kickoff show. Things change at the very last minute. It's completely out of our control. Honestly, 9 out of 10 of the times that we have to change things, it's not anything that we had control over. So we have to make those decisions last minute, and we share those in the opening show because really it's the only time we have everybody in one spot. So if you can always try and catch the kickoff show, one, it helps to booster the first part of the train, right? And two, you get all of that information. And three, you also, there are things that are said and done throughout the entire train. And I've seen it in here, like, oh, I missed that. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, that was so, like, I know it's hard to be on the train for this long. Trust me. I've had to tinkle for 2 hours. Um, I can't leave my chair. Like, it's riveting, but it is hard. I know. But also, I did see a lot of people who are running trains, running shows while we were on the train. And that also makes you miss out on a lot of it. If you have your regularly scheduled stuff, we get that. We're not asking you to not do it for the whole 8 hours, but it's very difficult if you stay going after you rate or you go right back on, you have effectively derailed the people who are on that. So here's what happens. You have your followers, right? I have my followers. I send out my call. People come in and I tell them about this amazing artist that's coming up. And then I send everybody that's in this room to the next room. But then I go back on. Who do you think they're going to stay with? What's going to happen when I go back on and they see that I'm on? I'll wait for that to sink in. What happens? They're coming back to me. And that is so not fair to the people riding the train. So when you are on a train, we ask, don't tell anybody that you're going to be on at any time during the train. So if you have a show that was already scheduled and you want to participate in both, just send a little message saying, hey, I already had a show scheduled. That way it's not a surprise, but it is actually one of the standby rules for every other train on the whatnot. And it is an understandable one because it is not cool to yes, it's great that you're getting sales, but it can also be a big turnoff to everybody else who has put their time, energy, and effort into your show, and then you pull your people away and then their show's coming up and it's just a sad situation. So keep that in mind. Be very careful of going on anytime that it is in your circle. In fact, there are raid trains that say you cannot go on within 2 hours, like an hour before and an hour after. I think that's a very good rule, to say. I'm not implementing that. I expect you guys to do like I expect you guys to handle that professionally, but it is just sad. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not calling out anybody in particular, not at all. But You guys know you have followings, and the whole thing of a train is to bring your following in, and that they meet new people and new people meet you. So it's okay. It's also, it's not a big deal. I'm just saying it for future reference because we have a lot of new train riders on, and it is just one of those things that you learn along the way. Um, and please know that was not directed at you. Okay. And it's red chatted, so nobody knows. Okay, so here's the thing. That also, I want to apologize on behalf of Queen Mauve. Queen Mauve is very. She was just worn out, guys, and she overslept. She did actually pop in. I do want you to know she did actually pop in. She was there for like the last 2 minutes, but we were way over. I think we got a little derailed right in around that time frame. So I just said, let's try. And I was going to try and slip her in towards the end, but I said, let's just try it again next time. She apologized most wholeheartedly. She is very sorry. She just overslept. It happens, guys. Life is life and out there. So it's, you know, it's not acceptable. I don't want to say like it doesn't matter what happens, but she did try and communicate. She did go on. She did go on during her time, and she apologized. So we're gonna move on, and she's gonna be welcome to participate in other trains. Things happen. We understand that, but this train is always going to find a way to survive. Our train will always find a way to work around that. But if you do that for other if you do that for other trains, they will flat not let you back in their communities. Just so you know, they're very big stricklers. If you do not show up, they will remove you from their trains and remove you from their Discord. We are not like that. We are a forgiving community as long as it's not done on purpose. Like we're a community, we're a family. We understand these things happen. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. But Cream Love did apologize to all of you, so please accept her apology and go into her room. She's a great vibe. If you are a prayer, she does her shows early in the morning. She asks for anybody to have prayers, and they do a little prayer session around her show. So it's a great vibe. Go into her show and give her some support. Okay, then she rated into It's All Art, y'all, and that was awesome. It's All Art always has the best stuff. Yeah, she was just sleepy, guys. She was like, "I'm so sorry." um, so listen, she's great. It's All Art, y'all. Then came in, did a second spot for us. She's always got the best stuff. Love the Longhorn cow things. I told her, I said, "Girl, that's as bad as shipping a baddie." Those are gonna be fun to ship. I'm waiting for her to ship her first piece, and then she's like, why did I make this?" In resin, they're going to be great. Resin crete going to be difficult, but it's a challenge, right? It's a challenge. Okay, and then we have she rated into Art with Heart, who I love, guys. You guys are going to stay there, and you were going to like buy everything that she has. She has been a resin artist on this platform for a while. We just didn't know you existed because we didn't catch you until recently. Um, I think other people are familiar with you. I just met you like in the last couple of months, and I've been following. I secretly slip into your shows too, and I watch you create and do really cool things, and I'm just super impressed with you, and I'm so glad you did. I did. I invited you a couple of months ago. It was me. I came in and found you. And then Susan came in and found you. And Resin Mascara Mary came in and found you. We probably came in. We try not to be like um, we try not to be salesmen about it because I think people think that we might be trying to sell them something, but we like try and say, hey, we have this community. We'd love to have you involved in it. We're the resin artists of whatnot. It doesn't cost anything, but we do all these classes. We do all this stuff. It can sound like a commercial, and we're trying to lure you into our lair. But we're glad you're in our lair because you're very talented, and I look forward to seeing all of the things that you create and the things that you bring to our shows. So, what did I love the most? Everything. I mean, I've been watching her shows for the last couple of weeks and things that she was bringing on, so I knew what they are already were. Just love them. I just literally stay away from my phone when I don't need to be on. Thank you. Yeah. Oh yeah. The and Discord can be overwhelming. You can shut off channels too if they get to be much. Like if you're not participating in a train, you can go in and silence that train, lure them into the organized chaos. We sometimes are organized. And then she rated into Cosmic 53007, who made a great sale. Very excited about that. He had people all over the place excited and happy to see him. This is what I love because he doesn't show very often. He was very kind of nervous, I think. But he could have had a million more sales if he was on a bigger train. So I'm hoping that and I don't know if they were his people or they were our people. I'm not real sure, but Cosmic 53007 you're working with? Okay, awesome. Because I think they're going to be great on our trains because they have amazing stuff. What is organized? Not me. Okay, then Cosmic rated into Scorpio's Creations, who I appreciate so much for going live in the parking lot. She shaved off a lot of time. I think she could have had a lot of sales tonight too. Art with Heart, got you. Um, I think that she could have had a lot of sales tonight too. Hated cutting off early, but she did it to get our train back on track. I love her so much. Guys, she creates on Saturdays when she can. Please go in and catch her creating and see her amazing stuff. That skull with the dragon, one of my favorites. And then we went into Jennifer New 54423. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. She's been in the clay world and the pin world for a little bit of a while. And she's a very, very talented artist in both of those realms. But we also love her back in the resin community. So great. We're very excited that she is back. She's not a trader, she's a multimedia artist, buddy. We're very glad that she's back. She hasn't actually left. She pops into our shows all the time. She just actually has not been on our trains. So she's been around. Yes, I did. I said thank you very much for coming in. I think you could have had a lot of sales tonight if you would have had a full on raid train. So I'm sad that we had to pull away from your show because tonight was your night. But people got to know you. People are going to come back. And guys, I say that our next booster raid is for Scorpio's Creations. Scorpio's Creations. That's okay. Oh, you're amazing. And my thing when I talked about you is that I'm so glad that you showed your molds because none of us can do what we do without molds. We can, but it's not as good. It's very hard to make your own molds. It's very hard to make your own borders and all of this stuff. And I told everybody just to go in and it was good to be able to see your actual art. So it's not just, hey, I make these molds. It's I've also been in the community and I love that about your show. Um, and then let's see. So Scorpios, let us know where your next show is. We're gonna set up our next booster raid. Ah, okay, no problem. Scorpio is gonna be our next booster raid. Okay. So be ready for that. Okay. Then Jennifer went back into Wendy at WS Create Tricks, Create Tricks, who showed us great stuff. What was I doing? There was something going on when she was on the second time. Love her wire wrapping. Love the heart. Love, love, love the heart. I knew that was what you were going to show. It's beautiful. Appreciate that you jumped on a second time for us. That was amazing. And they were not close to each other, guys. She was on from one end of the train to the other. I appreciate you jumping back in like that. It's always great. And then you rated into the wonderful Calico Cat resin art. And guys, do you not love Gina's vibe? Calico Cat resin art. I chased her for a long time too to get her to join our community and to get on a raid train. She is just a beautiful soul. She also creates with her whole heart. She puts every little bit of perfection in every piece that you get from her. So yes, she's a vibe also. You go into your show, you never know if she's going to be singing operatically or if she's going to be singing a low, soft, gentle song. But she is a wonderful person. Um, who is she on that one? So, but Calico Cat is always great. Scorpios. Okay, 516 at 9:30. That's her usual show, right? Okay. All right, Scorpios. Let us know if you're going to actually be able to be on that day. But we will set up a booster raid for you, which means that a lot of us will go live, or you can jump into any of the shows that are created as a booster and then be rated into her show so that she has a good start to her show. That's a booster raid. That's something that we do for each other. Okay. And Scorpios, I think that you deserve that. And then let's do another one the following week for Cosmic. Or if Cosmic has one coming up this week, let's do one for Cosmic and then also Scorpios. Because we need to do one of those a week, I think, personally. It's 5 minutes of your time to go live, jump in, and then hang out in a show for a bit. Tap the screen, send love, put hearts, write in the chat. Writing in the chat makes a big difference to your algorithms, guys. Writing in each other's chat makes a big deal. Why do you think those big sellers are always say, put a W in the chat if you want this, put a W in the chat if you want that? Because it boosts their algorithm and it keeps their show. You know how it says in the bottom, shows with momentum? You can have 10 people in your room and you could be a show with momentum because people are talking in your chat. That's what that robot is looking for. So going in on a booster raid to somebody's show and sharing, tapping the hearts and sending a, we love it. We love it. It'll catch on. It'll get bigger. But we want you to go in and be engaged in their chat for a little bit. So that's what a booster raid is, and those are under booster raid um, in the in the chat, in the Discord. It's a channel. Okay. And then we have the closing. We have the closing. Okay, we'll tell him. Let's go in and let them know at some point that we'd like to do a booster raid to set up their next show. Because I think that they have great potential for selling. Okay, we're going to get into the Discord real quick just to tell you what we have going on. PBA, what is my name? What's my real name? Okay. What we have coming up. First of all, of course, there is the Glitz Blitz Resin Raid Train 512 starting at 150, I believe. Okay. Starting at 150, I believe. Caden is going to be doing his very first raid train, and it is our monthly resin raid train. I can't remember if the spots are 20 minutes or 15 minutes, but you will have a lot longer to do your show. It is all things glowy and bright and shiny and shimmery. Please go into the Discord, click on the diamond next to the 512. Oh, we got a raid! Thank you for the raid, MBH. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we appreciate you. Did you have a good show, my dear? She's on. She's doing a daily. A daily. It's 2.5 minutes. I hope it's not 2.5 minutes. I hope it's 20 minutes. So go into the Discord and click on the diamond and the 512 and the oh good. The 512 Glitz Blitz Resin Raid Train and get all the details on that and follow everybody, bookmark their shows. You can also go into the resin category and you can type in the top, hit Glitz Blitz, and all of the shows will come up. So if you don't have your show scheduled and you are on that raid train, it's time to do it. Snappy, snappy, because people can't bookmark you. We can't share it. We can't promote you if they can't find your show. Okay. And make sure that you say Glitz Blitz Resin Raid Train so you can be found. Okay. And then on 519, we have, let's see, is there anything in between there? Let me look at the Resonators schedule. Where's events? Where are the events? Where's the events? I don't know how to do this on the computer. I'm used to doing it. Okay, there is an actual little calendar in the corner on the phone, and it says events. And you can click in there and you can find out what the next events are. And then if you click on that and you bookmark it, it will send you a notice that, hey, the Glitz Blitz Raid Train is happening now. And it'll send you directly to the first show. So it does go on for a while, but it goes on like for the whole part of the train. So it went on today. It gave me a notice at 3 o'clock because that's when we initially had started this one and we bumped it down. But that calendar is in there for you guys. So I do know we have that. And then on 519 is the exhibition. It is functional art, and we are preparing to be highlighted by custom wood burning and the entire handmade community in a show in June. So we're going to be looking at people who are participating in that to be a representation for that. Yeah. It's gonna be a long one. It's looking for participation and people representing the community really well for us. So that one's on 519. It's 5 pieces. It is. I think that you were not in the resin category. You might have gone into something else because I had to actually search your name every time. Thank you, my dear. Yeah, that's what it was, because you're not used to going into resin. When you're on one of our trains, feel free to go into the resin category and it will help you to be found. It will really help. So, and that is in Caden's little manual that he's sending out. Okay, so then a 519 functional art, 5 pieces, 15 minutes. It is also rapid fire. It's short, but you get 5 pieces of functional art. We are all doing functional art. So what I love about the exhibition is it's all of us creating simultaneously, and showing in one specific, very specific category. And you will see the plethora and the so many different ways that we will all take functional art to a whole new level. So please bookmark that if you are not on the train. And if you are on the train, bookmark your fellow people. I do ask, you know what, be on at least 2 or 3 people before and 2 or 3 people after. That would just make it so much better to show that you're participating. You want people to be in your show and watch you. Like they'll catch on if you are not saying anything in their shows. They'll be like, oh, is so and so even there? They're watching for you to pop into their show because they're nervous about rating into you. And are they going to be on? I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them in a little while. Just know that is something. If you felt that, raise your hand in the chat. Raise your hand in the chat if you're worried that somebody's not going to be on because you haven't seen them chatting. Yeah, it helps. It helps if you're on at least 2 or 3 people before, 2 or 3 people after. It helps. Okay, and then on 526, guys, we have the wonderful, amazing Lions and Stars is going to be teaching us how to ink those pieces. Um, how do you ink the little tiny lines in resin? Can you see the mess that I have made with this one? I am bad at it. I'm bad at it. I'm looking forward to this class so much. So it's going to be talking about inking, the things that you can use to ink, how to do it effectively. Do you need to top coat? It's going to answer all those questions you have about how do I fill in those tiny little lines? How do I make this a finished product, a finished piece? So very excited about that. And then we up and coming, these are shows we have up and coming, guys. Are you ready? We have flower preservation, and we also have up and coming we have up and coming Petri art. Have you ever wondered how to make the Petri art? You see it online. How cool will it be to have somebody live that you can interact with? That's the problem with YouTube and all that stuff. You can't ask them questions. When they're creating live here and they're teaching a class where you can interact with them, how cool is that? You get that opportunity to talk to them and them answer questions about the process as it's happening. So these are going to be great classes. Now, the cool thing about Lions and Stars also on the 26th is she has created a mold just for this class. You do not have to buy the mold. However, if you buy the mold, it is a cool like round ornament that has Resonator's name on it. So that is the piece we're actually going to be learning to ink on. She has kept it at a very reasonable price for us, guys. She really is taking kind of a hit on that to teach this class. So it is in her bin. You can go and purchase that now. And how cool will it be to have your little Resonators coaster or whatever hanging? You can make it into an ornament, whatever, in your shops to show that you are supportive of the Resonators and the Resonators support you. Guys, look at how cool our community is. Are you impressed? I'm impressed. Okay, so we have a lot of upcoming things. Please bookmark and follow all of that. I will probably do a Brats with the Chat, Chats with the Brat. It will be business related, the business side of whatnot. We talk about lighting. We talk about how to um, really sell, like how to sell. How do you go from I made this piece to making somebody want it? So those are topics that we discuss in Brats with the Chat. That is on my personal site, but I didn't make it a Resonator one because we already have like a full docket of Resonator stuff. But you guys are always welcome to join that. Caden is starting to do some educational stuff, so follow him as well. And then we will have a resin round table topic soon. Resin Roundtable is where we get together and we talk about issues that directly affect our community. And I think one of the things that we're going to talk about next is pricing. I know you guys hate pricing. Pricing is tough, but let's talk about the true nitty gritty of pricing and what you get here on Whatnot. I will schedule that soon. I just have not had a chance to get the May calendar done because I've been busy. Now that this is over, now that I have this one behind me, I will have I know it's this corner right here, guys. I can't stand that makeup. I should have fixed it in between all of these magnitude of shows that I had going on. And I feel like the kitchen the lunch lady. I feel like the lunch lady. Maybe if I do this, I won't touch it. Oh no, it's totally in my eyes. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know I asked a lot of you to jump on here. I know I begged a lot of you to jump on. I try not to do that. I just really, really wanted you to come on and have fun. And I really wanted to highlight all of our new people because I'm nosy. I want to know what you're creating and I want to share you with all of the friends. And I want to do whatever I can to help you be successful and to also help our whole community be successful. So let's just continue to keep growing. Talk about being a resonator in the chat. Share your upcoming shows and say, I'm part of this group called the Resonators. We do these raid trains or whatever. I'm teaching a class coming up. Like, I would just appreciate if you do that for new resin artists that maybe haven't heard about us or maybe need to be a little bit or a little bit leery about joining a group like this. I wish that we didn't have to have an outside group like Discord. I know it's scary to jump into a whole new app, but it's the only place we can communicate effectively with 115 people. Even this train, you are capped out in the 30s. I think it's like 30. And then you can't create a chat that big and Whatnot. So we have to be on the Discord. We have to be on the Discord. That's awesome. Oh, I love that you put in your Whatnot name. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to that train so much. I'm actually going to kind of take a step back. You guys will not have to see me 500 million times. In fact, I don't even think I have a spot on the train. So I know it's scary, and maybe Brats with the Chat will be the Discord. Maybe I'll do that this time, and then we'll do topics of um maybe I can get in two shows. But yeah, I will show the Discord in one of my next shows. Okay. All right, guys. Let's find somebody to raid. Who in our community is on tonight? Who can we bless with this amazing chat? Thank you guys so much. Thanks for putting up with me. Thank you so much for all just putting up with me. I know I'm a lot. I'm a lot of energy. But then the second I get off, I'm like, bra comes off, shoes come off. So yeah. Who's on that we can raid? Can somebody go look for me? And uniquely me, hand claps because you stayed up. Of course, it was a little earlier. Grim Reapings is on. Okay. Oh, thank you guys. I can't do this without you guys. There's nobody. If nobody comes, I have nothing to do. So I'm just here for you guys. Cosmic's on. Okay, let's let this be his booster raid. Let's let this be his booster raid. Okay, we're gonna raid him in. All right, guys, go in and put you know what? Say Resonators Unite. Resonators Unite. Let's see. I gotta put him in. I wish it would automatically give me the resin people. So he's got 5 people in the chat right now, guys. 5 people. So he's gonna get 22 people. Stay in, tap the screen, put Resonators Unite in the chat, so he knows it's a Resonator raid, and just enjoy. And thank you guys for coming in, and thank you for those of you who aren't Resonators. Lumi, you rode most of the train. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Good night. Good night.